Welcome back to the range with Yoke. This video is for educational purposes only, and as you can hear, we are in a safe and controlled environment. We are at the gun range, Immokalee Range and Gun Club to be exact. So today we're shooting 20 pistols that I pretty much forgot that I owned. They needed some TLC, so we brought them out to the range so that we can work them out. And as you can see here, we have our line of 20 pistols, and we are going to suit these babies up. No, I'm going to suit myself up, and we're going to send these babies downrange. Just going to talk to you. I mean, it ain't going to be no in-depth talk. I'm just going to tell you what it is, what it's chambered in, and we are just going to shoot these pistols as such. All right? Okay, good. So let me suit them up before I get started, before I forget, because you know my head ain't all that good. But I did inform you that we are in a safe and controlled environment, right? We are at the gun range, Immokalee Range and Gun Club to be exact. And this video is for educational purposes only. All right, so up first. Now this one here, how you gonna say, well, yo, how did you forget you had this? I was really not the greatest impressed with this shoot here. So it is what it is. I kind of like dropped it in the back of the safe and forgot that it was there. And this is the CZ Shadow 2 Compact chambered in 9mm. I'm not a huge CZ fan. They do make some excellent pistols, but I'm just not the biggest fan of them. Shooting this, I expected more. It didn't give me all that I really was looking for, so I kind of set her to the back. And, oh, easy there. Kind of set her to the back and wasn't, something's biting me. The CZ Shadow 2 Compact chambered in 9mm. All right. Heat ain't too bad. We'll just add them back as we go. All right. So up next we have another CZ, and this is CZ P322 chambered in 9mm. This one I liked a little bit more. It's not as the more traditional CZ goes when you're looking at them off, first glance. And this one I did kind of enjoy a little bit more. The CZ P322. Clear and safe. Empty and clear. The CZ P322 chambered in 9mm. We're going to start putting them back once they cool off just a little bit. All right, so up next, now this one is very, very different. This one is a STY Arms. This one is actually the manufacturer who makes the AUG. They also have a pistol, and this is how it looks. Now, what brought me or drew me to this pistol was the triangle style front sight. And I'm going to show you how that looks like this. So if you look at this front sight, you see it's like a triangle, and the rear sight is almost like a slanted in U. So how you would line those up is you would put your pyramid inside of that little triangle thing in the back. Very interesting. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty, but I enjoy it so much. Look at that. The STY Arms. This one is the L9 A2MF. All right, let's start adding these back so we're not making a huge mess. All right, the next one is the Mossberg MC2C chambered in 9mm. Chambered in 9mm. Also, a pretty nice shoot. If you didn't know that Mossberg made a pistol, that is how she looks. And fairly decent shoot as well. And here she goes. The Mossberg MC2C chambered in 9mm. We are clear and empty. Now this one does have, let's call it, no, it is what it is. Things that I like about it, meaning the memory pads on here. And if you look right here, the safety is in a quite distinct place. So it's right behind the trigger. So pretty interesting little shoot. All right, now up next, pistol is clear. We have us a Walther PDP chambered in 9mm. That is how she looks. Now this one, DE, very blocky, good shoot, but it's just got too much going on for me. It's just a very big, cumbersome pistol in the hand. Although that might be pretty good for shooting purposes or actually controlling your pistol, but for me, she just got too much going on. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. Oh, excuse me. The Walther PDP chambered in 9mm. All right, moving right along. We have us an HK. Pistol is clear. We have an HK VP9 chambered in 9mm. Also, very nice shoot. It's just, I don't know, it's just something for me with these pistols. Kind of felt short somewhere. So I'm really not saying that I don't like them. I just don't find myself going back for them. So this is the HK VP9 chambered in 9mm. As I told you before, this is one ugly pistol. HK VP9 chambered in 9mm. This one's not hot. Let's go ahead and start adding these back so we don't have us a big mess. All right, and up next, pistol is clear. We have the FN Reflex chambered in 9mm. Pretty decent little carry option. This one does have 15 rounds. Very decent. The extended magazine plate on here does give you a full-size grip. So, again, just didn't find the love in it to carry it, but it's not a bad shoot. Oh! That was a shell. Ouch. So my hat would have been good. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. The FN Reflex chambered in 9mm. All right, so let's move it right along. We're going in with another FN, and this is the FNX 45 chambered in 45. Now this right here is a monster, a monstrosity of a pistol. Pistol shoots great. I enjoy this quite a bit, very much so. And that is how she looks. You can't tell me that she ain't no beast. She is a beast. And here we go. Dang, that's dirty. I decocked and I dropped around. Well, the safety was on, I should say. Gotcha. on, man. Come on, man. There we go. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. The FNX 45 Tactical, chambered in 45. All right, so up next we have us, ooh, that's a little stucketh there, aren't we? Pistol is clear. We have us a P322 chambered in 22. Now this is a Sig, chambered in 22 LR. Pistol is clear and the magazine is empty. The Sig P322 chambered in 22 LR. All right, up next we have us the Smith & Wesson. This one is the M&P 2.057. Is it 2.0? No, just the M&P Smith & Wesson M&P 57, chambered in 57. Now, mind you, this one, the Smith & Wesson, also has a 22 Magnum that looks very much alike, and that is what I was going to say. That is how she looks. The M&P 57 by Smith & Wesson. What a delight. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. The Smith & Wesson M&P 57. There you go. Say that 10 times fast. All right. So up next, let's talk about this here. Pistol is clear. The Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 chambered in 40. That is what we got here. Also very nice shoot. Question. Do y'all think the 40 cal is dead? Or do you think the 40 cal still has life somewhere to where she is still relevant? Let me know. Drop that in the comments. Now, this one here, this I gotta show you. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. This little extension here, this flared magwell type deal on this grip is so good. It feels so good in the hand, completing that grip. But yeah, that's how she looks. The Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 40. All right, moving right along. What's wrong with that? Okay, that don't want to go on. All right, up next. Pistol is clear. We have us a SAR 9 Mete chambered in 9mm. I know y'all probably ain't seen this one. I've brought it out, but she don't get no play. Not that it's a bad shoot, but again, it's just not one that, you know, makes me look for her. Failure to eject. And we are clear and empty. The SAR 9 Mete chambered in 9mm. All right, now these, I really didn't remember that I had. I know Pistol is clear. I know I had a shadow system, so I had a few shadow systems, but just didn't remember which ones in particular that it was that I had. Now this one is the Shadow System CR920P with the comp on it. We're using my Glock 43X magazine on here. Ooh. All right, it just failed to ride the ramp. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. The Shadow Systems CR920P, chambered in 9mm. As I said, I knew I had a few, but just couldn't remember what. Pistol is clear. The Shadow Systems DR920, chambered in 9mm. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. The Shadow Systems DR920, chambered in 9mm. Now y'all done seen this one. This is probably the last one that you've seen. And this is the Shadow Systems MR920, chambered in 9mm. So we got that Holocene on here, threaded barrel. She all pretty. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. The Shadow Systems MR920, chambered in 9mm. All right, up next. Ooh, that's tight. Pistol is clear. We have us a IWI Masada, chambered in 9mm. Slide is as tight as it can get. I think I've probably only shot this one time. I think. That is how she looks. She got ahead of her finger that time. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. The Masada, chambered in 9mm. IWI Masada. All right, so here. Oof, that is so tight. All right, so we got us another Masada. Now this is the IWI Masada Slim. So this is the Masada 9S, chambered in 9mm. This is the carry version of this Masada that you see here, or the carry option. Very similar to the Hellcat. So if you look at this Masada Slim and you kind of envision the Hellcat, they're very, very similar in themselves. Now, if you're interested in seeing those two up against each other as a summer carry, let me know. Drop that in the comments. Masada Slim versus Hellcat Pro. This. Now that first shot just reminded me why it is that I don't, or I'm not a fan of this pistol. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. As far as the feel of the pistol goes, I do like the way that the pistol feels in my hand. I do like the size of the pistol. making it a nice carry option, but the trigger, the initial take up on the trigger is just too long, to the point to where you get lost trying to find the wall. And for me, I don't like that. So this is why this did not make it into my rotation, and this is the Iwimada Slim. All right, up next, pistol is clear. We have us a Canik, and this is the Canik TP9 SFX, chambered in 9mm. Yeah, I know Canik makes some very nice firearms. Let me show you how she look really quick. That is how she look. Oof. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. She a little smoky. The Canik TP9 SFX, chambered in 9mm. All right, moving right along with the Canik SFX Rival, chambered in 9mm, with that huge Holosun 507 comp on here, chambered in 9mm. Very nice pistol as well. Beautiful shoot. That is how she looks. I'm not even going to turn that red dot on. I'm just going to use my iron sight. Well, I don't have a, there you go. Just a little bit low. Back it. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. I didn't turn my red dot on. So this was the Canik SFX Rival, chambered in 9mm. Very nice shoot. I must admit, just the balance of the weight and everything that they have going on here is a great deal. Now, would this be something that you would compete with? I feel like it does have the competition capabilities, most definitely. Very nice shoot. All right, and up next, we have the Canik Mete MC9, chambered in 9mm, with the mechanic red dot. Also, we have us an extended magazine to complete a fully, or a full length grip on here. Very nice for a summer carry option, I must say. She a little snappy, but pistol is clear, magazine is empty. If you can get past the snap, she's definitely a nice summer carry option. Well, now that we're here talking about summer carry options, would y'all be interested in a summer carry option video? Because I do have quite a bit of options that would be great to carry in the summer. Because who the hell finna be walking around here with no big oversized coat or anything of that sort trying to conceal a pistol? Let me know. Drop that in the comments. All right, so we just showed 20 pistols, some love today that I pretty much forgot that I owned. They've been sitting back there. They was collecting, you know, just sad. So we brought them out to the range and kind of worked them out just a little bit. Now, is there anything on this line that you may be interested to see for me to bring back out to the range and talk about it with you just a little bit more? Drop that in the comments. I will be more than happy to do that for you. So with that being said, Yoke Gang, thank you so much for joining me on this shooting 20 that I forgot I had. Mucho besitos. Thank you for joining. And y'all know I love y'all for life, and I love it when things work.